So we got a really good question, which is what is the difference between sine squared theta and 2 times the sine of theta in trigonometry? So these two expressions that you see right here on the screen, these are actually not equivalent expressions. So sine squared theta is not the same thing as 2 times the sine of theta. Instead, actually, sine squared theta is the same thing as taking the entire function of sine theta and squaring it. It's just like how x squared is the same thing as the entire function of x squared, but x squared is not the same thing as 2 times x. So let's practice with the trigonometric identity. So if we have a situation where we have 2 times the cosine of theta, we could also rewrite this as 2 times the entire 1 over secant theta, and 2 times 1 over secant theta would just be 2 over secant theta. Now, if you had cosine squared theta instead, you could rewrite this as 1 over secant theta squared, where you just take this entire expression and square it. 1 squared is just 1. So all you need to do is square the bottom here, which would give you 1 over secant squared theta. Now, I think the reason that we write the square in here instead of outside like we traditionally do is simply because this would look a lot like cosine of theta squared, and these two are not equivalent expressions. This is just squaring the inside of the function. This is squaring the entire function.